It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Both teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them's going to find it here as we're off in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set. Trap 60. Bravo 80.
Throwing right away here, Howell. Taken in by Noah Fant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down, Howell. Looking for a target. That's a catch. Jackson Smith-Njigba. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Hey,
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running with Walker again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Hawk 70, Hawk 65 Jack.
Howell throwing on 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Howell now on 4th down. They connect for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They come through with a massive gain there on 4th down, 24 yards, and it's a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he's brought down after a short gain. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go. Hurt. Right there, hurt. Rocco switch.
Running left, here's Walker. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Offense up to the line fast.
5-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Go! Warriors 17.
On 3rd down, Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hurry!
Working quickly here.
3 Eagles, 60
Loss
Eagles.
of 2 yards.
19 Lions.
It's 4th down.
79 Broncos. Take go.
Howell throwing for it. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Roll. Here we go. Sack. Sack 60.
Purdy throwing here to start. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a 49er first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Purdy on 1st down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And he makes the let's go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk. It could do some serious damage.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working out of the gun. It's Purdy. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They send a man in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Ayuk put in motion left. Touchdown, San Francisco! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And He sure did.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
7 Pirates. Go! Take go!
Howell from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, Howell. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it sets up second down.
Trap 60. Tag! Go!
Howell out of the shotgun. Cut by the open man. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Walker now from the gun. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back now for the second quarter, and the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone.
Come on. Set! Nineteen tight. Ready?
From the 18 on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
60 Bobcat!
Here he is on third and long. Chased out to his right. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down from the red zone. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5.
18 ready.
To throw, Howell escapes the pocket. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. The flag makes this third down and 10.
70. Check go.
And the shotgun, Howell. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up fourth and long. Jason Myers now going to try to knock this through for the Seahawks. It's a 33-yard look from the right half.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun is Purdy. That's complete to Garindo. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down. Offense up to the line fast. First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. And he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
To throw again, it's Purdy. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw, Purdy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Purdy gonna go on 4th. And that one's gonna be knocked away, and that's gonna force a change in possession. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air on 1st down. Howell. And there, it's Malik Neighbors. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 9-point advantage. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Kittle brings it in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. offense to the line for second down. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal. Garindo hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers make it a one-score game before halftime. Isaac Garindo with the touchdown. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers cut it to a field goal game.
49ers 14. Nick Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Mustang 19.
Now Howell to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
9-yard
Go,
loss.
18.
It's now second and 19.
After the sack, another pass on second down. Gets this to Fant. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first and 3. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Howell from the gun. Delivered to the sideline. Smith and Jigba brings it in. They get 22 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
First down, Howell. This is complete to Neighbors. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Hawk 70. Trap 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Eagle, 60. Ready.
Al throwing on third down. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now an inside give to Walker. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Myers' kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the give, it's Guerendo. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Purdy setting up that play action. That throw finds Kittle. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Now a give to Guerendo. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Play action now with Purdy. Gobbled up on the right side. That's Ayuk. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Trying it left side with Guerendo. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Here's Guerendo again. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers put 6 on their side as they reach the end zone. Isaac Guerendo with the touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And they'll take the lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Tackle made by Jair Brown. 2nd and 10 now. Connects on the crosser. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Walker on first down. He's got room to roam here. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down from the red zone. Has it in close. It's a Seattle touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Point after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks push their lead to 6. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready up.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
They motion the tight end over. Purdy on first down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Seahawks get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
A give up the gut to Walker. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Nick Bosa makes the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Here we go. Here we go. Dragon 60. Go.
Rush coming for Howell. That one's incomplete over the middle.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Biggs. 19. Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Hut, hut.
Howell out of the shotgun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Hey, smash. Check smash. Check smash. Buffalo 18. Check. Hurt. Hurt. Ready, ready.
Back to throw it. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Pretty throwing here on 1st. Into the hands of Kittle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
He's on the move. He's going to... Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throw by Purdy. Complete to Pearsall. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
They'll cobble together a yard there. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves them with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by the rookie from Texas A&M. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Home or away, Brock, it doesn't matter. That is exactly the type of play that's going to pop a crowd.
There's just a beauty in it. Playing the coverage well enough to be in a position for the pick, and then seeing a bunch of defenders almost in unison transition from defensive guy to offensive guy and not stopping until they hit pay dirt.
Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks bump the lead up to 13 points. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. After the pick, Purdy back to the air. On the move, headed right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces throwaway.
Forced out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the gun is Purdy. He's going deep. That's complete inside the 35. Offense up to the line fast. To throw again, it's Purdy. Kittle brings it in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. So we're through 3 here. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Chased out to his right. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 2. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
He finds Fant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Throw again. It's Howell. Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Mustang 19. Go.
Defense showing blitz. Howell connects with Fant. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hawk 70.
It's 4th down.
Hey, check that. Street. Buffalo 18. Hut, hut.
Howell now on 4th down. He's going deep this time. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield. All the way. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks have likely locked up the win right there. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks push the lead to 20.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
First and 10 now from the 30.
70 ring. Here we go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Short pass brought in. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Man in motion here. Shotgun snap for Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And they make the tackle at the 38. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And a man is there to knock that away. Trying to force one through there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Purdy looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
3rd and long for him here. Launches one deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Well, the offense wanted to spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
Working inside the red zone. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. George Kittle, the touchdown. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers drop the lead back to 13.
49ers 28.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold the point of the game where you have to try something bold. Could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
79 Broncos.
Back to throw. Here's Howell. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
Cup
It's
19.
now second and 19 at the 49ers 30-yard line.
Track at 60. Ready?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. This will be caught by Watkins.
Brings up third down.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
18 Cardinal, 18. Set. Ready?
And the shotgun, Howell. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
Complete to Noah Fant. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 2nd and goal coming up from the 7.
60 Maverick. Come on. Set. Mustang 19. Buffalo 18. Check go.
Howell out of the shotgun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's Purdy to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Back to the air on 2nd. Purdy. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Pass it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Play action now with Purdy. Kittle's got it on the slant. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Purdy on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw again, it's Purdy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. George Kittle, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers drop the lead back to 13.
49ers 35. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
At the 60. At the 60. Set up. Viking 18. 18 Rattler. 18 Rack Warriors 70. Take go.
Defense showing blitz. Howell. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the 49ers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots at the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. So